What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. I hope I find this really well. You're watching the latest of Fan Talk, discussing all things Newcastle United in the news of the club. I'm joined by PD Product on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. Link will be down below in the description. So in this video, we're going to be discussing the purchase of Joelinton from Hoffenheim for £40 million, and we're going to get Peter's thoughts on that. And then we're going to be talking about the latest of transfers and Steve Bruce also having his press conference over in Benton as we speak. So Peter, what's your thoughts on the new sign of Joelinton from Hoffenheim? He's a Brazilian striker, 22-year-old, and we've managed to break our transfer record for the second time in 7 months. Give us your thoughts.
I've seen a few clips of him. He looks skillful on the ball. I think he'll be a really want to test defenders out, particularly when we probably play Arsenal first game of the season. He could be a real test for Arsenal's defence because they know how poor defensive they are a lot of the time. But I'm really looking forward to see what he can do for this football club. Number 9, he's got a big task ahead of him. I hope he really can do it. Even Shiro was saying the same. He was wishing him best of luck as well for the season.
I think it's nice that we've broken a transfer record for the second time, even though it's been a poor summer. I don't think that this is the deal of all deals, because the way the summer's gone, you know, we still need to get more players through the door. But we'll just stick with Joelinton at the minute. Of course, he went on to make 27 appearances for the Bundesliga side last season, scoring 7 goals, maybe some more if you add the Champions League appearances as well. Do you think he's going to be more number 10 to replace Perez, or do you think he's going to have that natural number 9?
If he's number 9, he's got to have that striker position.
Do you think he'll have that good relationship, I think, as well with Almiron? I think that could be important as well.
That's what I was debating, have like Almiron just behind him. You've got number 10 to play off him, and Almiron can feed the passes into him. And then for maybe Joelinton to get on the end of him. That's what I would like to see for next season.
Some of the things I was reading about Joelinton as well, he kind of likes the pressure as well. He's not so fussed about any pressure that's put on him. I think he thrives on pressure, which I think is a good thing, especially at Newcastle when the pressure of the number 9 shirt, it's a big deal if you get the number 9 shirt, you know, because if you think about the number 9 shirt in the past, you know, it's just been tossed around like now. It's an iconic shirt. I mean, what does that say now for, you know, Dwight Gale? Do you think he's got a future at the football club, or do you think he's going to be down the pecking order? What's your thoughts on that?
His future is going to be up in the air. I've said he's not the answer to this football club. Improved in his first Premier League season game with us that he is not the one to get goals. He only managed about 6 goals for win the first time in the Premier League for us. So it's either his future is going to be up in, he's either going to be out this door, or he's going to be used as a squad player in the majority.
Yeah, I think Dwight Gale's sort of your bottom end Premier League striker / Championship, because last season he got, was it 24 goals for West Brom last season. And I think Joelinton could be a good player next season. You know, he's sort of been reminded of, is it Firmino who went to Liverpool for 29 million?
I've heard things about that as well. I think he might be good for height in the box as well, Joelinton as well, with him being 6'2", I think he is as well. So
obviously the jury's going to be out on Joelinton from day one, because you've got to remember Rondon and Perez, who left last season, they both scored double figures, and he's only scored 7 goals in the Bundesliga. So, you know, not only has he got the weight of the number 9 shirt, but he's got to try and deliver, you know, the double figures that we need next season, as well as try and get others to chip in around him as well. But I think if the Newcastle fans welcome him like Newcastle fans welcome any other striker, I think he has got what it takes to be a good player next season.
Absolutely, yes. I'm really looking forward to seeing him actor, but it's not changing my mind about going back to St James's Park at all. As I said, I'm prepared to give St James's Park a miss. Same with you. Yeah. Because, like I said, this transfer business cannot stop there.
I think spending £40 million on Joelinton, if I'm honest with you, I don't think he's worth £40 million. No. That's just my personal opinion.
It's just football, the way football is.
It's the market, because you got to think, maybe 5 years ago he would only been worth 15-20 million. So that's probably where he's at, given, you know, the quality of player that we've got there. But we can't complain, you know, breaking my transfer record for the second time. It's a club record signing, and obviously I will talk about more of other players that are linked with the football club coming in, hopefully in the next 3 weeks. As we go on in the video, Steve Bruce seems to be a big fan of Joelinton. If I'm being honest, whether that that was his sort of player that he wanted, I don't know. I mean, he just seems to like him from what I've seen.
Yeah, that's why I probably wanted to bring him here at this football club. But hopefully Steve Bruce will get the best out of him, even though there's a lot of fans are still debating about him as being our head coach now for next season because Rafa Benitez is now gone. But what the board and the Mike Ashley have done.
So we're going to move on to transfers now. There's a couple of players, I'll say more than a couple, that have been linked with Newcastle. So the first one being Saint-Maximin from Nice. He plays in the Ligue 1, the winger. I know we need extra players into the football club. As you've said before, we can't just settle on one player. We definitely need more players through the door. It's not going to want to make me go back next season. You know, it's going to soften the blow a little bit, getting Joelinton in. But what's your thoughts on Saint-Maximin? I don't know too much about him personally.
I don't know too much about him as well, but I heard he is quite skillful as well. I think we desperately need a new winger because Christian Atsu to me is not the answer. There's no way we're getting Kennedy back.
His final ball lets him down, doesn't he? Atsu. He's got the pace, but when he gets into the box, it lets him down.
And Jacob Murphy. Again, I don't know if he's the answer as well.
Because Saint-Maximin, they were saying that his value is being dropped. Is it from 25 to 30 million to 22 million? So that could be a good acquisition for Newcastle. The next one that would be linked with is Charlie Austin, £8 million from Southampton. Apparently he's fallen out of favour with current Southampton manager Ralph Hasenhüttl, and he's been chucked into the reserves. Now, I'll give you my opinion first. I would take Charlie Austin, £8 million. A fit Charlie Austin will get you double figures. And I think it will be a safe option given that we've only got 3 weeks left of the window. Could be less now when this video drops. What's your thoughts of Charlie Austin?
I would definitely take him as well. I know he's 30 years old, but he's Premier League proven. He's been in the Premier League here with Southampton and, of course, Queen's Park Rangers as well. So English as well. So I think a player I think would definitely be good. I don't know if he would start, but he might be good backup if maybe Joelinton's not having a good game and Steve Bruce needs to make a change. And all that, so I would have Charlie Austin near this football club.
What about Andy Carroll? He's another one. In every transfer window, he seems to be linked with the club. Personally, I would take him. He's a bit like Charlie Austin if you can get him fit. Obviously, pay to play. I would take him. You know, you get you the goals, but that's a big question. Keeping him fit. I know people will say, did he sort of turn his back on Newcastle? I don't believe he did. I think Mike actually kicked him out the door for the money. That's just my personal opinion. Obviously, he was frustrated at West Ham, frustrated at Liverpool. Their fans will say that. What's your thoughts on Andy Carroll?
Majority have not seen about the club because of with him picking up far too many injuries a lot of the time.
The next one that would be linked with is Danny Rose from Tottenham, former England international. Would you take him? I mean, we are sort of desperately needing the left and the right back. Would you?
I think I would actually. Again, another Premier League proven person as well because. We've only got Dummett as left back and Lazar is awful a lot of the time.
He hasn't been good in pre-season, has he? I mean, he found his level in the Championship, didn't he, with Bruce? Obviously, he might get more of a chance now that Bruce is in the door. But I wasn't too convinced with him against Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mean, he did play well against West Ham, but albeit, you know, West Ham are playing for third place. I mean, they're not going to be first, are they? I mean, no one's first if you finish bottom of that league. He'll be judged over the course of the season, but I would say to Lazar, either get rid of him or send him out on loan, and we definitely need more competition in that area, as you said.
I think yes, definitely. I think a bit more proven English proven, Premier League proven defenders as well.
Last but not least, I know there's probably been a few more players linked with Newcastle, but one I did read upon today was Jawad Bowen from Hull City. I mean, I am a big fan of this lad, if I'm honest. I know a lot of fans don't watch the Championship. I do. Obviously, I've got family that live in Hull, so I kind of know their squad. He was a very good player under Nigel Adkins. He came through the academy. He's been linked with a lot of Premier League clubs, but Newcastle have been heavily linked with him. I think he would get on really well with Steve Bruce. He's an England international. Look at what Harry Kane did at Tottenham. I think he could be one of the future, buys if Newcastle could get him through the door. What do you think? Would you take him?
Well, I don't know much about him, but I think I'd definitely be willing to give him a chance. I would say if he has worked with Bruce at Hull City.
And talking to Steve Bruce, he'll be doing his press conference at some point today. This is Wednesday. It could be tomorrow. I don't know. What do you think he's going to say as Newcastle head coach? He's going to say things like, we'll try and get the fans on side.
Yeah, he's going to try and get the fans to support him and all that because the way the club is going on at the minute with all the negativity around Valvin, Mike Ashley, Lee Charlie, so he wants to try and win the fans over to him. So hopefully, I want to prove the fans wrong. I can get off to a good start of the season, and then fans might change their opinion about him.
I'm joined by Archer, so we're going to discuss the same things. We're going to discuss Joelinton's move to Newcastle United, the 40 million record buy for the club, and we're going to talk about some potential transfers at Steve Bruce's press conference later on today. So Archer, what's your thoughts on the record-breaking signing of Joelinton from Hoffenheim for £40 million?
I was quite shocked, really. I didn't expect that to happen. Obviously, when we got Almiron back in January, and they were getting Joelinton for 40 million. I don't think we've actually spent that much on a player like that.
It is a lot of money considering that the summer that we've had, selling Perez for £30 million. You think it was going to be the opposite. He's just stripping the asset to the club and just getting what he wants. And I think it was important that we did reinvest the Perez money, for Joelinton. Even though I think in today's market, is he really worth £40 million? Well, I'm not going to complain because he's through the door. I think he's probably rated at 50 to 20 million, 25 million if you're lucky. He's got to hit the ground running, hasn't he?
Especially when he's just been rewarded that number nine shirt. That he's got a big task up ahead of him.
6 years as well to try and prove himself. He's got big shoes to fill.
So see what he can do. He's only scored 7 goals for Hoffenheim last year.
7 goals and 27 appearances. He's going to come in. He's going to work alongside Almiron, Shelby. I think that could be a good partnership there next season. If Bruce can get a few more in the door. I mean, we can't just settle with Joelinton. We've got to get a couple more in the door. I mean, that for me is it. Do you still think it's a paper over the cracks deal? Do you think it's a deal that Mike Ashley was worried to try and get fans back into the club next season? Do you think that's the way the deal went?
I don't know really. I think, obviously, I think it's through the late Chandler that's actually has done it really, because Steve Bruce has only just been given the green light. I'll take him. Yeah,
the fact that Rafa wasn't back like that and Steve Bruce has been is a little bit strange, because Benitez would be your perfect man to sort of have players such as Joelinton in the squad. I know Benitez did say along the lines of Joelinton was a little bit too expensive. He would have liked to use that money to spread it across the team, which I think would have made sense. I will be a little bit disappointed if we sort of go through the summer just get Joelinton for £40 million and not spend elsewhere. Of course, Steve Bruce seems to be a big fan of him, but he has to be now. He's the head coach. He hasn't really got much say in transfers. And Joelinton seems to be the sort of guy who thrives under pressure. Do you not think that's a good sign as well, that he wants to prove everybody wrong?
He does. He does, he seems to be up for the challenge, Joelinton. So just give him a shot and see if he can prove the Newcastle fans wrong.
That's what it's all about. What's your thoughts of Dwight Galen? I mean, he's obviously lost the number 9 shirt. He did score double figures for West Brom last season in the Championship, 23, 24 plus goals last season. Can't remember off the top of my head. At one point you thought he was going to be on main number 9 the way things were going, but it seems to be now that he might be dropping down the pecking order, or he might be on his way out of the football club. Just tell us your thoughts. What do you think Dwight Gale will be thinking right now?
He'll be obviously he'll be just not happy at all, would he? Even though he was number 9, he was number 9 a couple of seasons ago. When we came back from when we got promoted.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I think he only got 7 goals when we got promoted, and that's why Benitez brought in Rondon, because he had the experience. I mean, to be honest with you, we could have done with Rondon back right now, but he's over in China. So moving on to some potential transfers. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Saint-Maximin from Nice in the Liga 1. I'll be honest with you, I haven't heard too much about him. I've used him on FIFA a couple of times, but I've never seen him play properly in that league. What's your thoughts about him? I think it's in the region of £22 million. Do you think he'll sign?
I think he'll sign. I agree with you. I've never really seen him play or anything. I haven't been on YouTube or anything to see what his drills or anything like that, what he does. But I think he will sign. I saw him on Facebook. Something could happen within 48 hours or something. But
we'll have to wait and see on that, because they always report things like that. I think if we do sign him for, I think it's in the region of £22 million. It could be more, could be less. it's a step in the right direction, isn't it? Even though we don't know too much about him, because obviously, you look at Jacob Murphy, who was signed for £12 million from Norwich. I've always said on this channel I am a big fan of the lad, but I've just got a good feeling that he hasn't really got a future at the football club, and we might need to take a couple of million loss on him, maybe send him back to the Championship. I was hoping that he was going to do well at the football club, but do you think that could be now the end for Jacob Murphy?
I think Steve Bruce might keep a hold of him.
Maybe send him out on loan if that's the case.
But I reckon he should have another shot.
I've always said that, but it depends on the Saint-Maximin deal. Talking of more transfers, so the next one is Danny Rose from Tottenham, England international. Would you have him at Newcastle? I guess you probably would, wouldn't you? I mean, given that we need added experience at left back and right back.
For me, I would take Danny Rose due to the fact we are quite lacking at left back. So Lazar is.
I don't think he's good enough personally.
No, I don't rate Lazar at all. What got him is just an absolute joke.
I think it was down back in the McLaren days about him being Pardew. I can't quite remember.
I think it was Rafa Benitez. Was it not Rafa Benitez?
Maybe it might be. It's so you never see him.
When we got relegated, I think it was.
You never see the lad though. This is the problem.
So I would just get rid of him, and I'd take Danny Rose straight away, because if we get Danny Rose has got to be like.
I think he'd be first choice.
First choice left back.
I'll personally take him at the football club. The next one is Charlie Austin. I'll give my opinion, as I said with Peter. £8 million, it's not much these days. I know the club have got a policy of older players. If that's the case, if you want Charlie Austin, you will get Solomon Rondon. I would take him for a safe option because he's out of favour with Southampton with the manager Rob Hospital. He's in the reserves, but I think if fit Charlie Austin, and that's a big if fit Charlie Austin will get you double figures in a season. And that's what we need, I think, for a safe option. Given that the window closes in about 2 or 3 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time, we need to get another striker in, because Joelinton for me simply isn't the answer. We need more.
Yeah.
So would you take Charlie Austin, or would that be a no-go?
I'd take Charlie Austin as a backup, because obviously we need some firepower up front. We can't just.
He's a poacher though, isn't he? He's like, if you look at Jamie Sterry when he was putting the balls in against West Ham, he was causing problems. But if fit Charlie Austin would knock them in the back of the net. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we can't just rely on Joelinton all the time.
And if Dwight Gale goes as well, we might need another striker.
Yeah, but I think Dwight Gale could be going. I think he'll probably just go to Stoke, because Stoke's been linked.
Stoke, yeah, I've heard about that. So what about Andy Carroll? Is another one. Would you take him? I've said I'd take him. I said it with Peter. I think a bit like Charlie Austin, if you keep him fit, I think you'll do your job. And of course, I know people will say he kind of turned his back on Newcastle. I don't think he did. I think Mike Ashley wanted the money, but now that he's a free, it's a kind of pay as you play. Would you take him?
I'd take him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's just some of the players that we have been linked with over the course of the summer. If we have been linked with more, please let us know down below in the comments. I just thought I'd get Archer's and Peter's opinions. Steve Bruce will be doing his press conference as we speak over in Benton. What do you think he'll be saying right now? Do you think he'll be more positive, sort of to try and get the fans on?
Yeah, he'll be like more positive and all that, and obviously get the players like all ready for the season ahead. So obviously we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, so Archer is right. So I just want to say thank you very much to everyone who's watched this 20-minute fan talk. If you are enjoying it, please let us know down below in the comments. And if you enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll try and do this every week for you. Hit the thumbs up. I'll try and get more of the lads on as the channel goes on. And we like to talk all things Newcastle United. I just think, with it being hot this summer, it's just nice to get all the fans involved on the channel. So I want to say thank you very much for watching. And until the next one, I'll catch you all later. With the lads.